palestino, não existe nenhum outro momento histórico. Aliás, existiu quando Hitler resolveu matar os judeus. É muito engraçado. É muito engraçado. Quando eu vejo o Mundo Rico anunciar que está parando de dar contribuição para a questão humanitária aos palestinos, eu fico imaginando qual é o tamanho da consciência política dessa gente e qual é o tamanho do coração solidário dessa gente, que não está vendo que na faixa de Gaza não está acontecendo uma guerra, mas um genocídio. De que não é uma guerra entre soldados e soldados.
Where's the lie, right? The president of Brazil is a brave man, is a brave, courageous, righteous man, right? He came out and told the truth. Where's the lie, right? He said, this is not, he said, listen, basically, I wouldn't have no problem if this was a war between two soldiers, right? If this was a war between two countries and they was just soldier, facing soldier, then it is what it is, right? But this is not, he said it so eloquently. This is not a war between soldier and soldiers. This is, military and military, soldier and soldier. This is a war between soldiers with armies and military and women and children. It's a, right? For the most part, that's what's going on. And he told the truth. Where's the lie? Where's the lie in that? Right? This ain't no war between soldiers. This is a war between soldiers and women and children. Right? And they just keep screaming Hamas, terrorist group, right? Militant, and then go kill a bunch of women and children. That's some real coward shit. And even the president of Brazil can see that, right? He's a very good man, right? He called it out. He said, "Yo, this ain't no military operation against another military. This is a military operation against women and children." That's a big difference, right? You gotta respect that he told the truth. Right. The question is, other people, I was gonna say when are other people gonna see it, but they already see it, they know it, they just complicit. Right? They complicit and shit and helping them run a military campaign against the civilian population. Cause that's what Joe Biden, Joe Biden, the Democrats, the Republicans, the American people really, they complicit in running a military campaign against women and children. But they'll be like, we number one. We number one at what? Running campaigns against children? Shooting F-16 jets at some motherfuckers throwing rocks, some little kids throwing rocks. Or in this case, some handicapped children in tent. You shooting them with F-16 jets, dropping bunker busted bombs on a bunch of women and children and sleeping in tents outside. And then beating on your chest like you're, like you some type of G.I. Joe motherfucker. Like, you some super hard, like hardcore, military operative or something. That shit is insane. He right, yo. He right. This is not a war between soldiers. Right? It's not a war between soldiers. Matter of fact, they not even trying to fight the soldiers. You know what I mean? They don't really want, they bullshitting with the soldiers, and then they even said it. The Hamas dudes put out a video. I posted it, right? Where they said they know where we are, but they'll go away from where fighting us and then go bomb a bunch of, they'll bomb a hospital, even though we might be 10 miles from the hospital. He said we don't hide in the hospitals. We don't hide, in the refugee camps. I'm sure they don't control everything. It's 30,000 Hamas. I'm sure, you got motherfuckers running around. But he said that's not what we do. For the most part, we try to stay away from the civilians. But Gaza is a small area, and they only operating in Gaza. So he said, but generally we try to stay away from the civilians. He said, but they'll leave. He even said it. Go look at the video. He said instead of fighting us, they'll go bomb a bunch of civilians. Not that they got some people over there shoot, but then instead of just coming all at us, they'll just they'll blow up a church where whatever, where there's no where there are no militants. He was say they said that. And if you look at it, obviously what they're saying, whether you like them or not, is what they're saying true or false? Well, that would be a true statement, right? That they obviously are killing people that are nowhere near any conflict zones, and then screaming about, human shields. Shit that you couldn't take seriously with, like you had to bust out laughing, like shit that they say with a straight face. I'm like, yo, is this a comedy skit? You joking, right? You know what I mean? Like they sniped these two old ladies in a church. And then they come out and say, well, they was human shields. You're like, dude, there was nobody around. Why'd you kill those two women in a church? In a Christian church? There was no Muslims. Only thing they were Arab, probably. Two Arab Christian women in a church. Why would you shoot them? So what the dudes from Hamas was saying was true, right? About them. He said, Lula said something else. He said, I'm going to say this and go. He said, I've never seen anything like this since Nazi Germany. He said, if you look at history, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this outside of Nazi Germany since World War II. Probably, you look at the shit in Rwanda, stuff, he probably forgot, I don't know if he forgot, but you got stuff going on like Rwanda, different places, but they've killed like 100,000 people. But I think to the scale, what he's saying is like the scale of where you have like a large scale bunker buster bomb military operation against civilian populations. So, but yeah, this is not a conflict with soldier versus soldier. So anyway, that's all I got.